We've done so much with our Unfolding Potential Fund, and there's so much more to be done. We've only scratched the surface. Brain injury rehab is a process. It unfolds over weeks, sometimes years, and in severe cases, it can even be a lifetime process. In many traditional funding sources, they do not cover the extensiveness, the intensity, or even the specialized services that are necessary to help somebody reach their maximum potential. It allows us to reach people that can't reach us. And it can take a very overwhelming sense of loss and make it more hopeful, an opportunity to be able to be productive members of the community again. At Origami, we're unique in our approach to brain injury rehab and in our successful outcomes we can produce. Our approach is highly specialized. We do brain injury rehab. That's what we do, that's all that we do. And in being at that high level of specialization for brain injury rehab, we're able to stay at the forefront of brain injury science and rehab philosophy, which is incredibly important. The field is forever evolving, and it's important to make sure we're always staying cutting edge. Our residential, outpatient, and community-based programs have a common goal. Our goal is to maximize quality of life and return individuals back to the greatest level of independence possible. Our outcomes are world-class.
Looking at him, you knew nothing was wrong with him until all of a sudden things didn't come out right and he couldn't speak right and he slurred and he wouldn't remember things, and in the middle of a conversation he'd just stop, and then the headaches started.
Something was just wrong. My head was pounding, I had a migraine, and it just wasn't going away. So she's like, something's not right, you're slurring your words, you're confused, so I'm taking him to ER.
He's been in Sparrow, we went to Cleveland Clinic, we've been to, oh my gosh, you name it. It just seems like a lifetime of things. Pain-wise, he's been hospitalized I don't know how many times, and nothing could break a headache. His migraines, his last migraine incident was to the point where depression hit in so bad that he was suicidal.
I just had nothing. I had no answers. No one could tell me what was wrong. So it was just a lot of no answers.
The first time we went to Origami, it was cold in winter and scary. But once we walked in that door, it was warm and loving and fabulous. Origami is just full of people that love on you, and that's really the best way to describe it. And I have never seen my son so happy in my entire life after that PT appointment, because PT gave him 6 answers to what was wrong with him when nobody else for the last 9 months had given him any hope whatsoever, because he has heard the same thing over and over again. You have migraines, acute chronic headaches, and you have a post-concussion, period. You may or may not get well. Not Origami, not physical therapy. No, you'll get better.
Overall, Origami, I don't know where I would be without them right now, just because they gave me a lot of answers. My doctors just helped with the meds, and they've kind of just helped pick up the pieces and put back together the puzzle.
We create rehab experiences that are both comprehensive and individualized. And that's a tough balance to achieve. There's oftentimes so many things that need to be addressed following a brain injury, but it's really important to first start with the survivor and the family member, finding out what makes them tick, what do they really want to address in therapy, and being able to wind that into all the things that they want and they need. There's this extraordinary combination of expertise, creativity, and passion that really fosters an environment where moving forward and meeting challenges is just part of the cultural expectation here. We do more than strive for success. We expect it, and we work really hard at achieving it.
Ray was driving from our home in Midland to Lansing. He had a consulting job there, and the weather changed.
And the road turned into black ice, and my vehicle slid into a support for the expressway.
As time went by, probably that first month, it was a case of Ray coming to grips with something had happened. When he got here, it was a case of, what am I doing here? I don't need to be here. And he kept wanting to go home.
Did a lot of counseling through Origami and training when you're here in what kinds of things you need to be aware of. One word is deficit changes, and strategies to manage those. And those have been very, very helpful.
The 4-week review, he had on his dress slacks, he had on his work shirt, he was taking notes, he was in the present again. He wasn't just out there who knows where, which was really nice to see.
You're definitely a person here, and you're definitely treated that way. And certainly a lot of education in what kinds of strategies you should develop. And there was some concern that physically I might not be able to ride a bike or be quite as active. Nah, we didn't have it. So, and that was good for me. I mean, I took a 20-mile bike ride yesterday, which may not sound like much, and it doesn't sound like much to me now, but I used to do that every day after 8 hours of work. So it's very nice that I'm able to do those things.
Origami did an awesome job of educating. There wasn't a feeling that we were going to be a number.
The counselors or the support people, they were all 100% very focused on doing what needed to be done. Always positive, so that's definitely my main memory.
When you come here, you go, oh, I'm not alone.
Origami's campus is both therapeutic and naturally enriching. And it's really important in the rehab process to be able to have a place that feels safe and secure, yet not institutionalized. It really creates for an environment that is engaging and interactive. And we really need that. With brain injury rehab, it's a traumatic event that people don't plan on ever having to go through, but while they're going through it, they can relax and just take a deep breath and enjoy the surroundings.
I've been living with Kyle's brain injury for about 25 years now.
I was in a coma 6 weeks with about a year, not now.
Well, it felt like I did step into the role of his manager. When we were both keeping busy, the time kind of flew by. And then I had a couple of friends pass away. So I was thinking, well, what would happen to his living arrangement if something happened to me? And then we found Origami. And it's very reassuring to call here and know that if you have a question, it'll get answered. And they check on him and worry on him, I suppose, hover over him like they're a mother duck too out here.
I'm independent.
And now he has a list on his refrigerator when he's supposed to be places and get to work, and he just gets up and does it. And he does make his own meals. He goes grocery shopping, I believe, once a week. He gets picked up by the CATA service and he gets to work.
I work at Goodwill. Pay plus having a stay.
I see him dropping a lot of his barriers that he had up before because he's very outgoing. And so I still think he's still improving, and like he says, progress. And so that makes me happy, makes him happy.
I get progress all the time.